Hey boys and girls, it's Miss Henson. I'm going over some science today and we're still talking about weather. I have a read aloud that talks about some of the instruments we use to measure weather, wind, rain, how we have different seasons and how they affect our weather. So I'm going to start with our story. It's a nonfiction book. It's called Weather on Earth, and it's written by Colin Walker and illustrated by Sally Rogers. Wherever we live on Earth, we get different kinds of weather. It may rain in autumn and snow in the winter. Ooh. If you notice, they are dressed for the weather. So they got on coats over here. They have on rain jackets and umbrellas over here. It may be windy in spring and hot in summer. So over here they've got on some long sleeve shirts to kind of protect their skin from the wind. Over here they're just laying out in the hot summer
I like the way
air.
they're flying their kites.
Oh, I do too. I love to fly kites, especially when I was a kid. Oh, so the Earth's climate is different from season to season. We have seasons because the Earth is tilted as it moves around the sun. So as you can see, we have tilts here. So if it is hot, I wonder what season or how the Earth is tilted here and what causes summer. The part of the Earth tilted toward the sun is having summer. It's because we're getting more view, more heat from the sun. The part tilted away from the sun is having winter. So we just came out of winter or in spring now. We can tell what our weather will be like most of the time. We can forecast the weather. And those are like our meteorologists tell us what's going to go on with the weather. Oh, an important tool. We can use a thermometer to tell how hot or cold the air temperature is. Thermometers tell us whether it's going to be hot and we can wear clothes that'll keep us cool, or whether it is cold and we need coats. We can use an anemometer or a wind gauge to measure wind speed. This tells us how fast the wind is blowing or how hard it's blowing. Sunday and Monday, we had some high wind speeds. We can use a rain gauge to measure the rainfall. So this tells us how much rain that we received. We often see clouds in the sky. Clouds may be wispy, which are cirrus clouds, clumpy, like cumulus clouds, like the big old mushroom looking clouds, puffy ones, streaky stratocumulus clouds. They might be flat, like altostratus clouds, or gray and rainy, like nimbostratus. And we see a lot of those in the spring and in the fall. Do any of you get to go cloud watching when you're outside sometimes? As rain puddles dry up, the water evaporates into the air, which is part of a water cycle. And you'll learn more about that next year. Rainbows in the sky are made when the sun shines through drops of water. And I know we had a couple of rainbows on Sunday, like a double rainbow. Knowing about the weather is important. So ask your friends these questions. What can we use to measure rainfall? So I want you to think about that. What instrument did we talk about that measures rainfall? Which instrument what does a thermometer measure? And what does an anemometer measure? What makes a rainbow? What is the climate like in autumn? What is the climate like in summer?
And remember, autumn is another name for fall.
Yes, and I wonder what it feels like in fall here in Texas And what does fall feel like in, say, Maine or New York? Because our fall usually is a lot warmer than other people's fall up north. And the same with the summer. Our summers are very hot, but I wonder if I go to Boston, if it's going to be that hot as well up north. What do you think, Miss Broadwell?
I don't know. That's something we might want to look at.
Right, so when your weatherman comes on television, your meteorologist, and is giving you tips on the weather for the day, you always need to make sure that you listen so you know how to plan for your day. You don't want to be planning to do things outside if it's going to be raining, especially if it's cold. And you don't want to wear shorts to school if it's going to be 25 degrees. You want to make sure you have a coat and weather to protect yourself. All right, I enjoy my read aloud. Thanks, boys and girls.